Start recording.
Mute my phone.
And we're live. And we're gonna start real soon. Just play some music for some people, dude.
Play some Silver Screen. I guess some Darude sounds. You can't hear my pen, right?
Alright. What is up, everyone? To the Neon Podcast. I am your host, per usual, and if you're watching on YouTube, the channel owner, Neon. I am Neon Penalba. Welcome to the stream once again, and my co-host slash guest slash friend slash Camp Rivas. Hello.
What's up, man? You're kind of buggy.
I am
your
quite
mic
I
is
am
pretty
quite buggy, dude. I
yes.
am quite buggy, so it's a little. I think it's 'cause I'm lagging at home, but
Oh, feels bad.
yeah, it feels bad, man. Indeed. All right. So we've decided this week with the League of Legends World Championship starting this weekend in China. So that means Friday night for us here in the U.S. and North America. Kemp, start us off. What are we doing today on this podcast?
So we're talking about worlds, baby.
Worlds, baby. Yeah. TSM. Am I right?
All right.
Am I right, or is it too soon? Too soon?
Maybe it's too soon. No, we'll see. We'll see if we have some PTS.
PTSD. All right. So, per usual, I don't know if anyone watching has watched The Dive, you know, the LOL Esports podcast featuring, North American LCS casters and analysts. But this is not The Dive, but we'll still be talking this somewhat similar in what they talk about. If you haven't watched their episode, that's fine. Don't watch it. Well, our podcast will be more than enough. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. It says broadcast interrupted. I hope not. So hold on. Let me double check that the stream is working. I apologize for any inconvenience for both myself, Kemp, and anyone watching if it's still going.
Send help. Send
Help.
help.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, Kemp. What are we going to be talking about first on this podcast?
Let's talk about. Let's start off with the playing stage. That's something new for this world's. This year it's similar to MSI, where they have a play-in stage for the emerging. Basically, there's the 16 teams from the emerging. Wait, eight teams. 8 teams from the emerging regions, and then they're taking the pool 3 seeds from the major regions, and then they're playing for the last 4 spots for the group stage.
All right, there we go. So we have North America's third seed Cloud9, Europe's third seed Fnatic, China's third seed Team WE, and LMS's third seed Hong Kong Attitude, along with 8 other, like you said, emerging regions. We have Latin America North, Latin America South, Brazil, CIS, the Commonwealth of Independent States, which is basically Russia in that area, Japan, Southeast Asia, and I'm missing 2 more. Southeast Asia, Turkey, and one more. I'm missing one.
Holy.
I think it's another European region.
Turkey?
No, I said
Fenerbahce?
Turkey. Fenerbahce. Is Fenerbahce Turkey?
Fenerbahce is from Turkey.
I think I'm missing one, but it's okay. It's okay. So, with that said, let's just go. We're gonna quickly go down through these groups and like our opinions on them, just because we can. And like I said, I may have a disclaimer that we are not the best analysts, nor are we professional players, but just saying for me, although I am not a professional analyst or caster or any of the sense, I do usually have a gut feeling about teams when they play, and about 90% of the time my gut is actually right. So that's just me. I don't know how Kemp is, but that's me. I like having that gut feeling.
Yeah, for me, I just I don't want to underestimate these teams. Mostly the best from their region, and we're sending in our third seeds from our region. So anything can happen, and these are best of ones that they're playing. Double round robin. So they're only playing a total of
4
games
games,
in
dude.
this group stage.
That's a really, really small amount of games. You say double round
Yeah.
robin, but it's only 3 teams. You're playing
Yeah.
each team twice. Jeez, like I think they were talking about this on the dive. If you lose 2 games, you're basically out unless another team in the group also loses 2 games. And then it's a tiebreaker
if
match.
another, yeah, because if you lose 2 games, the only way you could come out first seed is everyone also loses 2 games. So like at that point, it's like might as well be like a group of death.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really enjoy super small groups like that, in my
Yeah,
opinion. But it's
I wanted
like, yeah. Go ahead. You're saying something?
I wanted to ask before you start. How do you feel in general about this play-in stage?
I
Because I think similar for MSI, but it was two groups of four instead.
I think this. I think that having the play-in stage in general is good because before before they had the play-in stage for both MSI and for Worlds previously, they separated uh, the wild card teams into two regions, and then they would play a mini tournament that not so many people would watch. But now that there's a play-in, there's actually more potential for people to watch and exposure for the teams in general. But I don't know about that format. Honestly, I would have liked the two groups that they did in MSI and previous worlds. Four groups is like okay, but I think to make it more competitive because there is 12 teams, two groups of six, and then the top eight teams. The top
The
four
top
teams of
15.
each, yeah, top four teams of each group, and then they would play for the final four
Teams.
spots. I don't know how they
Oh,
would
okay.
do
So they
that,
did.
but how they would do
Yeah,
that because it would be randomly. Um,
yeah.
th-
It's
but
kind of
having this way
difficult.
makes the knockout stage for the play-in easier, where the two
Yeah.
groups just provides more games, and honestly, it does is more time consuming. So this does help in the time frame in the long sense. But I think having the play-in is pretty good. Having it part as worlds, especially um, for some emerging regions, like we've seen Gigabyte Marines emerge really well, especially at MSI and previous worlds. So I think there's still a good chance for another region to make it into the regular group stage of worlds. So I think it's interesting to say the least, but the formatting is a little bit iffy to me. I don't know. What about you?
Uh, I think. Well, I think the emerging regions will definitely like this format. The major regions, on the other hand, probably don't like this format because they're pretty much playing for something that they could have got last year without having to play into this playing stage.
I think that's true. But I think at the same time, like I understand what you say about the major regions, but I think that's one thing to give the not major regions, the wild card regions a benefit of a doubt because they're the third seed. They're theoretically the weakest team going to Worlds from that specific region. So if they lose, that gives the wild card teams um, the in my opinion, the confidence and the opportunity to learn and grow, even though instead of just being automatically smashed by, the top teams in the world. So I think this is, like you said, this is good for the emerging stage, but at the same time, I don't think the major regions should, NA, Korea, no, not Korea, NA, EU, LMS, and China should take it lightly because you're the third seed. It's like you weren't the best, and you didn't make it, and technically you're not the second best. You didn't have a good enough record in the previous split. You weren't consistent enough to be considered second seed in your region. So I think if you're gonna be third seed of a major region, you still have to back it up. You're third seed, dude. It's like I don't know. That's just
That's
me.
fair. That's fair.
It's like you gotta back up your region, dude. You like if you're losing to in the play-in, either you're choking or you're just like letting down your region, dude. Like you know what I mean?
That's fair, man. I mean, like, I see this playing, man. I'm already like scared of C. I'm scared for C9. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can see
Honestly,
them
no. Me too.
losing one or two
I'm
games.
not super scared for C9, but I think out of all the teams in the play-in, I think out of the major regions, uh, I think them and the third team from LMS, Hong Kong Attitude, are gonna have will have to prove
Well,
themselves.
Oh, for me, I'm equally scared for C9 Fnatic and Hong Kong Attitude.
Really?
I don't even know why WE's in here, man. They look really good in LPL,
Yeah. Well, I
but
mean,
like
I mean, because
I could
LPL
see
has a
all.
completely different format though. So that I mean, for the playoffs, so they get different points and how they send their representatives. So I think that's also another reason. But that's Team WE. I'm just imagining what like so we talked about the major regions, right? And like I said, taking it for granted, more or less a lot of people assume they're all gonna take the first seed, right? Out of their play-in stage group. Theor-
Maybe I'm
theoretically,
pretty.
theoretically,
Yeah, theoretically.
theoretically, because they're the pool one team of the play-in, right? So, but if one of them drops and even goes to second, one of them, that's it. One of them drops to the second seed, and when they get to the knockout stage of the play-in, that means for sure that one of those pool one seeds, one of those pool one teams, will not make it out of playouts. I mean, will
That's
not make it out of play-ins. I think that's the most interesting part. Is if these teams don't live up to their expectations and don't come out of the groups first, because for some reason they're not good in best of ones or whatever, right? Then the best of five to get out of the groups into play in or get out of the play in, they're gonna have to play another more or less strong team. I don't know. I think that's one of the most interesting parts about it because it's still a group stage and it will determine seeding to go into the knockout stage.
well, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure we both agree on this. So, like, what we're really scared of is the best of one stage. I
Yes,
feel like
I
the best of
agree.
five stage will be like if they can get to the best of five stage, like they'll be okay. But yeah, you're right. Seeding does matter.
Seeding does matter. That's what I'm saying. It's like I think I think all of the pool 1 teams, Cloud9, Hong Kong Attitude, Fnatic and Team WE, they're more worried about the best of ones than, in my opinion, they should be more afraid of the best of ones than getting out of groups completely. Because it's like getting out of groups
Yeah.
completely is like a whole nother matter. Because you're just playing one team. But if you get cheesed in these play-in groups, in these play-in games, you drop one game, you drop maybe two games out of your four. That has major implications on who you will be playing against. I think that's super important to just realize. Like if you drop even
Really,
one game, it can hold a lot. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like coming from NA, I'm rooting for NA. I'm really hoping for one of these upsets to happen. One of these wild cards to come in and beat someone, just so that makes NA's chances even better for Worlds
Me
in
too.
group stages.
Low key, I don't even know who Hong Kong Attitude is. Sure, they're from LMS, but LMS has only been sending two teams, and it's been the same two teams for the past like 3 years.
The,
AHQ and Flash Wolves, dude.
I've always wanted to ask, like, is LMS count as a major region? Like, since they won
Yeah, they
season
are.
two,
Yeah, no, I think beginning of season 4, they were considered a major region,
major
but
region.
they only get less. They get less seeds because there's less number of total teams in the region. I think they only have 8 teams in
Oh,
the
I see. I
region.
see. Okay, okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
That makes
That's why
sense.
they only get two main seeds in the past 3 years, not counting this year. So I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know. Who do you think? All right, let's go group by group. Who do you think is gonna make it out of groups? And if you have like a ranking per group, who do you have?
Uh, well, yeah, kind of a ranking.
I
Like,
mean, if you don't, then it's
let's start
fine,
Group
dude.
A. Yeah, let's start Group A. I think WE over Gambit. This one's a pretty rough group for Gambit, honestly. And the third team, Line Gaming. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you that one. Like WE clearly, like China probably looks like obviously one of the stronger regions, like per usual.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no doubt that they're gonna get
yeah, I
out.
mean, like honestly, from what I've seen from yeah, what I've seen from WE, like they don't look like they deserve to go into the play-in.
Yeah, same. But I don't know. I honestly really like Gambit's chances of not just getting out of groups, but getting out of the play-in, dude, and into regular groups. Like,
Oh yeah. Since they're put into this group, they can't play WE in the knockout stage.
yeah. No, but
Right.
not just that, because I looked at the roster, right? So I'm just gonna pull this up just for the stream. They have some names on there, some big names on there that have performed on the international stage before. They have PvP Stejos, who played for Albus Nox Luna, right?
Yes.
You have Diamond Prox. That man is a legend in the jungle, dude. That man has been there since what, season 1 or even like beta, dude. That man has been there since forever. Kira, who dude, he played at All Stars. Obviously, this man is mechanically gifted as one of the more international teams. Blasting, I have no idea who that is as their AD carry. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who Blasting is. I hope he doesn't get booty blasted. Is and then you have
Nice meme.
yeah, nice to meet you, dude. Then you have Edward, also another name that some people might have heard from the past, who played for Gambit when they were in the LCS and on Team Curse for a bit, back in like season 3. But you know, these are some names. Like honestly, if they can pull it together, and it doesn't matter if they get seed 1 or seed 2 out of groups. I'm just saying, what if they take off a game out of WE? You know, even though WE does look like the strongest team completely in the play-in, then I think they still have a really good shot getting out, depending who their matchup is.
No, I think for Gambit, this is definitely the. Well, I don't know if this is a group that you want to be into, but as for Gambit, I would not want to go against WE in a best of 5. I'd rather go against the other three major regions.
Yeah, I think no, but at that point, I think it's good for Gambit to be pulled into it, because Lion Gaming honestly isn't the strongest team. They've been Latin America North, right? Latin America's North representative for the past like 3 years or like that, something like that, 3 or 4 years, and honestly, they have never performed on an international stage. The closest that they got was last no Worlds last year in the Brazil play-in. But wait, that's last year's Worlds, right? Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
last
think
year.
that's right. I think they almost got out of.
Yeah, they were like third or something out of the total, like third or fourth. That was the closest that they got, but that wasn't including major powerhouse teams. They were still playing against other wildcard regions. So I don't think, like, I think this group is fairly straightforward, but I think Gambit actually lucked out in this group just because. Sure, you'll give Team WE their first seed, but and if you just play well, you're pretty likely you're gonna get the second seed, and then that means you're definitely not playing WE in the knockout stage. So you actually have a good shot of getting out of groups. I think that's why I say Gambit has probably the best shot out of any other team getting out of groups. So that's me.
I can argue. I can argue against that.
Not best shot.
Once
Sorry, best shot from that's not from a major region.
I can argue. I can still.
Okay, go ahead. Who do you got? Fenerbahce, dude, from Group
Yeah,
D.
I actually it is Fenerbahce.
Oh, I knew it. That's what people say. It's either Gambit or Fenerbahce, dude. It's one or the other.
Yeah, because well, I mean we're still not sure how like strong Hong Kong Attitude is. They're brand new team coming. This is the first time LMS is sending a third seed team.
Yeah.
So everyone calls Hong Kong Attitude the weakest. I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt yet because they might actually show up even better than Fnatic and Cloud9. So I could see Fenerbahce beating them and getting a top seed in the group.
Okay, I think that's also fair to say. Actually, that's true. Because if they get first seed, then they're actually more likely to end up with another wildcard team in the matchup.
Yeah.
So I think. Okay, so I see that. Okay, that's fair. That is a fair argument. But I'm saying if Gambit shows up, it doesn't matter who they play against because they're not. It's not WE. I don't know. That's me. That's my argument. As long as you're not playing my argument is if there's not even a single chance that you're not playing WE in the knockout stage, you have a good shot of getting out of groups. That's my argument.
who knows? Like, it might be Gambit versus Fenerbahce at the knockout stage, dude.
Dude, if that happens,
One of them's gonna
if
make
that
it for sure
happens,
if that
I'd like
happens.
to make a personal bet with you. I want to make a personal bet with you off cam, if that matchup does happen. I swear, if it does, I'll bet you something. I swear. That sounds like the bet match of playing if they get into if they get out
Oh
to
my
out
god.
of playing groups. You can hold me
Playing
to
groups.
it. It's obviously recorded on Facebook, dude. If Fenerbahce and Gambit plays in the playing knockout stage, I'm down. I'm down.
Alright, if it gets to that point,
If it
I'll
somehow
remember
gets
this.
to that point, things have to line up. The stars have to align. Not only that, one of the two teams, they both have to. One of them has to be seed one of them has to be seed two, but they're randomly selected to play one of three other groups. So it's 1 in
I mean,
33,
I
1 in 33, dude.
seem unlikely. I can see it definitely happening. But alright, no, next group, next group, next
All
group.
right, next group. All right, so we have Group B, Cloud9, Direwolves, and Team One. So Cloud9 from NA, Direwolves from Southeast Asia.
No, that's Australia.
That's Australia? Okay, Australia, and then Team One Esports coming from. They are
Brazil.
from Brazil.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, I honestly have Cloud9 coming out on top, and then I have Team One coming out second, just because they're. Oh, I'm sorry. They're coming out from Brazil. Because Brazil, not saying that Brazil's a weak region. They've obviously taken off games off some of the strongest teams at Worlds previously, and they have shown up in some games, but they haven't been consistent enough to take off multiple games off a major region. But I think if any team is gonna make it out, I mean, if either of the two teams I had to bet on to make it get the second seed out of groups, I would have to say Team One, just because they're the Brazilian team. They've played against other teams that have had international experience, not directly but indirectly. But Brazil has always been like one of the stronger emerging regions, and I just gotta give them that credit.
Uh, I'm
So
not sure if T1 actually applies to that case because T1 went from challenger and then they won playoffs the same split. They advanced. So this is like the origin story. They're going from challenger to worlds in one split.
okay, then that means they have some sort of strategy that beats standard Brazilian play, which still somehow beats major region play. Theoretically,
Um,
it's rock paper scissors.
maybe,
Maybe
maybe.
they have the anti meta card, dude. They're playing the meta card right now.
I think out of all the groups, yeah, groups A, B, C, D, I think Group B is probably the one to watch. I think all these groups are actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
Even yeah, I think these are the in terms of strength. I think these three teams are closest
yeah, and
compared to the other groups.
yeah, I think so too. Also, I think specifically for this group, um, and yeah, specifically for Group B, the reason why Cloud9 has been tweeting out apparently or on, like who are these guys? They have like the these still teams. I've never heard of these guys, but at the same time, like that has something to say. You don't know how strong these guys actually are, coming from a region that doesn't have that much power. Um, so Cloud9, like you said, they actually still have a chance to lose and not get first seed out of this group. This is my opinion
I
because they're not the best of one team.
yeah,
That you
yeah.
you agree, right?
I still feel like, yeah, they're not the best of one team, but I still feel like individually they're better than Team One and Direwolves.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, like you if Cloud9 just gets Jensen rolling, I think Cloud9 is just gonna get out of groups. It's honestly just a contract Jensen game, dude. If they can get that ball rolling, it's done.
even if Jensen has the 1v9, I still think he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah, dude. I honestly think that Cloud9 should make it out of top seed out of the groups, and theoretically should
Yeah,
make it out of
I'm
play-ins.
gonna say for two though. I wanna say Direwolves on top of Team One
Really? Okay.
because T1 from what I've been reading about Team One, they don't actually play super aggressive, but Direwolves plays super aggressive around their jungler. Sure, he
Mhm.
used to play in NHL,
Oh, right, right,
so
right.
he likes to play like carry junglers. If Direwolves just like chooses Team One like one game, I think they can take over.
That's true, especially with carry junglers, Ezreal, Nidalee, whatever else coming out. I don't know
Especially
if Kha'Zix is still in the meta, and
like no
whatnot.
fucking way.
But I think that holds its own card. That's true. He's coming from NACS, apparently from caster uh, perspective. He also has similar playstyle to Contracts, but I think that that still says a lot, because Contracts plays around his team, because maybe it's only recently that carry junglers have had a resurgence. So, I mean, it depends on how they want to put that power into their team, right? Because it's like at that point, it's where are you putting your resources, who's going to carry the game. And I think Cloud9 has a really good understanding of that compared to maybe the other regions. That's why I think, like, Direwolves, sure, they have that really good jungler, but do they know how to utilize the lead to the team comp to get an advantage? Sure, you can get an extra kills, but aggressive early game, are they going to get out macroed? I think that's what Brazil has. They have the better macro game. I
Yeah, probably. I mean, you can just take the Chinese approach and just punch them real quick in the early game, and then
punch them
they
so
won't
hard they
have time
can't
to come
stand
back.
up, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go for a
Oh,
round one knockout.
that's true. That's true. I mean, it is best of ones. So we have a little bit of disagreement on Group B, but I think you're right. I think that's what makes it a group to watch, to see which team does make it out. And if Cloud9 for some reason doesn't show up on a specific day, then
Oh
whoop-de-doo.
my god, no! That'd be horrible if they don't show up.
Yeah, honestly, it would. But like I said, you gotta back up the fact that you're coming from a major region. If you don't show up, even for best of ones, then sucks to be you, dude.
Oh man.
All right,
Alright.
let's move on to Group C. We have Fnatic, Chaos, Latin Gamers from that's Latin America South, right? And Young Generation coming from they're from. So I'm checking right now.
Uh, they're the C2 team from Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay.
So the ones underneath Gigabyte
Under
Marine.
1 GB Marines, correct. I don't know. I have Fnatic coming out on top of the groups.
Yeah, I think
I,
Fnatic actually has this in the bag.
yeah, same. I think they have it.
Um,
Chaos,
the,
like I
the thing
said,
about young generations is, oh yeah, let's talk about chaos. You're right. You're right.
so Chaos. Once again, they're just like Lion Gaming, another Latin American team, right? They've also shown up to multiple international play-in stages and like wild card events, but have never. They're worse than Lion Gaming. they
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
that
You
was
can
like
actually say
they've
that.
shown up to just as many international events as Lion Gaming and have always placed below them. So I think, honestly, I think I don't know. I think they might not get out of the groups at all. I'll give the benefit of the doubt to Young Generation, because if they're playing against Gigabyte Marines, they have some experience from a team that has gotten somewhat international success and learning. Chaos has never had that exposure. Period. So
Oh, they haven't had exposure to international.
international or
Well, I mean,
playing against a major region. Period.
oh, I mean, yeah,
So Young Generation has
I
had it
guess
indirectly
technically.
because they play against Gigabyte Marines, who is taking off games off major regions, especially at MSI. Because, like, at MSI, right, Gigabyte Marines isn't playing against Seed 2 or Seed 3 teams, right? They're playing Seed 1 teams in the middle of the season. So I mean, you're not just getting any like BS practice like at a Ref Rivals match. You're getting actual legitimate uh practice in a practice environment, even though it's not actual practice, right? Actual games against the top teams in the world at that moment. So I think that's why I'll give the edge to young generation if they know how to build off um, Gigabyte Marine style. If not, if they're just one of those teams that they got in just because the everyone except Gigabyte Marines is just super weak, then I'll give it to Chaos.
That's what I wanted.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. As like a lot of these regions, these emerging regions, they have very top-heavy teams. So stuff like Chaos, Latin Gaming, even GPL, where young generations come from.
Yeah.
They have teams that are similar to LMS, where it's just like it's always
the same teams over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense that these teams come back. It's they beat out the region, but then like when it comes to other regions, it's they're kind of lost on what to do.
That's true, but I mean, Southeast Asia has always had, they're literally real close to the other major regions. I think they also try and scrim teams that play in LMS or Korea, whatnot.
Yes.
But I mean, I could give them that benefit of the doubt.
Definitely Gigabyte Marines has scrimmed with Flash Wolves, other LMS teams.
Yeah, so I think if they can translate that through indirect practice or direct practice, I think um, it just really depends. But I don't know, just based off their region itself, I want to give young generation that benefit of the doubt that they will make it out as the second seed of that group.
Yeah, that's fair. I want to give it to young generations too.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. You have anything else to say about this group, about Fnatic?
I mean, this is a warm up round for Fnatic. Hopefully they don't drop a game. If they drop a game here, I'd probably be pretty worried about them.
I think.
I mean, I'm already worried about them coming into Worlds.
I think if Fnatic does drop a game in this group, I think the reason is gonna be that for some reason, somehow, and I don't see this happening, but there's like a really slim chance, is somehow their bot lane gets absolutely destroyed. Like I said, I don't see that happening, but if it is gonna happen, that's the one reason, dude. You set Reckless back, I think their entire team's gonna go down.
I think if you tilt Soaz.
Dude, everyone's tilted Soaz, please. Please, come on. At which major like playoffs, dude, have you not seen Soaz tilt?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. That's me.
I think that's enough for Group C.
Yeah, Group C is fine, dude. Fnatic. Yeah, dude. All right. I don't know. All right. I want Reckless's cute ass. What? Just kidding. Group D. We've already talked about Fenerbahce. We have Rampage coming out of Japan.
Wait. Before we start talking about this group, man, you see the icon?
What icon?
What? Does it like remind you like Team Rocket?
Who's Rampage?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a straight up red R on a black background.
Hold on, let me look at it. I actually don't. Holy. Wait, what is it? It's a crown though. And it's true. That's really close to like Team Rocket R, just because it's like more fancy though.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, let's put on top.
All right. So we're doubting Hong Kong attitude, right? Because LMS has always been a top heavy team, a top heavy region.
We're kind of doubting them. Like,
yeah, kind of.
They're still a major region.
They're still a major region, but it's always But they've never been able to fully break AHQ and Flash Wolves for the top 2 spots. The only other team that has gotten close was J Team, former Taipei Assassins. Yeah. So I don't know. J Team fell off because didn't Bebe retire? Right?
Retired. I think they had some infrastructure issues.
Yeah, it was something like that. But I think I don't know. I also have Fenerbahce coming out of that group pretty strong. I don't know if it was like 1 or 2. But low key, I just want Rampage to get out just because Japan can. Japan! Nihongo, dog! Nippon.
I want Japan to do well too, but
You don't
honestly, I
see it
think they're gonna be
happening, dude.
third.
Yeah, they're
They don't
also.
they. I was watching their finals. They didn't look good. They were playing like Heimer and shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, hey, that it might be those cheese and pocket champions that bring them out of groups, though.
Oh my god. Well, I don't think it was Rampage playing Heimerdinger mid,
Oh,
but
okay. Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna see a grand finals. Oh
yeah,
shit.
but at the same time, Rampage is also one of those teams constantly top of their region. Same thing as Lion, same thing as Chaos. They're higher than Chaos. They're lower than Lion Gaming. So I think, you know, if Hong Kong Attitude doesn't show up, I think they can make it out of
Yeah,
groups.
I want Japan to surprise me. I want these regions to surprise me.
I want all of them to play. Why can't they just make 6-team group stage?
Wait, no thanks. I just want to be proven wrong sometimes, you know.
Dude,
Yeah,
just imagine
but
that
for me,
instead of.
I'm probably
Oh, sorry. Go
Hong
ahead.
Kong Attitude and Fenerbahce 1 and 2 interseparate. I'm not really sure.
Okay, I can go anywhere. Honestly, I think this group is pretty wide open. Out of any of the groups, yeah, I want to say that.
Have you
Out of the 4 play-in groups, I think Group D has the most potential to have any order.
for variants?
Yes, most variants. That any team can come out seed 1, any team can come out seed 2, any team can come out seed 3.
Nah,
Because
I don't know if it's Group B, but
everyone sees Hong Kong Attitude as the weakest pool 1 team, right? Everyone sees Fenerbahce as one of the stronger, the top 2 wildcard teams, and then you have Rampage. Rampage is literally the epitome, other than Lion Game and Chaos, as a wild card team. So that's why I see the most variance of it, because you have, I don't know how to say this. It's just like they have the most mix up of power. You don't know how strong Rampage is right now. Hong Kong Attitude is the weakest pool 1. Fenerbahce is a top out of the all of the emerging regions. They're considered top 2.
well, I mean, like it's not even definitive that Hong Kong Attitude is the weakest.
Well, yeah, it's not
Pool
definitive,
one.
but people are rubbing them off. Not rubbing them off. What's the word I'm looking for? Shoving them off as the weakest at rubbing them off. I'm sorry, that sounded terrible, but you know what I mean. So I mean,
Yeah, I get you.
so I think that's why I have Group D as the biggest variance group. The next closest I have is
It's definitely Group B. It has to be
Group B.
Group C.
Yeah, I say it's Group B just because Cloud9.
It could be Cloud9 or it could be Cloud9.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna body what fools is what Jensen was saying. What fools? Who are these fools? All right. So I mean, there's that. So we talked about playing a lot.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go through this briefly, but we talked about it.
So I don't know. What
Um,
do
is,
you
is,
want to talk about next?
is there anyone you wanna see from playing do well? Any of the wild card regions?
Wildcard regions, not specifically. I just like I said, if anything, I want to see Gambit come out.
Yeah.
There are names that have
Sigma.
there are names that have
Oh,
come
yeah.
out. Yeah, there are names that have played on international stages before in other major regions. So that's why I have them coming out. Out of groups play in, and like I said, they still have a shot of making it into groups. So I think if anyone, I think Gambit, just because they're just names that
Okay,
have been
that's
on that stage before.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's should move on to group stage. Maybe kind of speed things up a bit.
Okay. Group A, Group of Death, EDG, rank 1 from seed 1 from Korea, SKT seed 2 from Korea. Oh, sorry, EDG. Sorry, EDG seed 1 from China, SKT seed 2 from Korea, and G2, not G2,
AHQ.
AHQ from LMS.
You think this is group of death?
Wait, this is Group A, right?
You think this is the group of death?
Sorry. This isn't the Group of Death. The Longzhu group is the Group of Death. Sorry,
No, wait, no. Group C is a group of death.
that's Longzhu's group, right?
No, that's the G2 group.
Who's in the group? Alright, sorry, I don't have it pulled up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
sure
getting mixed up right now. hell did I put it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, pull that shit up, man.
All right, so Edward, AHQ, SKT. I think this is pretty definitive. It doesn't even matter who gets put in their group. Um,
Yeah, same. It's pretty top heavy. The regions that could go into here are Cloud9, Fnatic, or a wildcard team can slot in here.
yeah.
So
I th- I think
I don't.
I think the only team if they place into this group that will do well in this group specifically, I think would be Fnatic. Cause I don't know, that's me because people say or not some people specifically who's it Frostkern that EDG or Team WE is the strongest Chinese team and like the top two teams from China could be a flip of a coin because they went to 5 games. It was a reverse sweep, right? That that if there's any team that could possibly contend with them, that coming out of play-ins group, I would have to say it's Fnatic. That's just me.
Uh, I feel, yeah, I think Fnatic or Cloud9 could put some damage into this group.
I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, I think Fnatic, Cloud9 because they have strong top side.
Yeah.
SKT and EDG have pretty vulnerable top sides, so
Yeah.
if you're gonna exploit them, you're gonna exploit them top side.
Actually, you're right. I think Cloud9 actually would do okay in this group as well. Now that I think about it, because all three of these teams, like you said, they play topside. They play through their mid laner. So I think this would be a mid lane group. Edwards coming in with what? Scout, right? As their mid laner? Scout is ranked.
If it was Scout versus Faker.
Yeah, Scout versus Faker. You have Scout versus, if theoretically Cloud9, you would have Jensen, and then AHQ.
That'd be,
I don't know who. AHQ is not important to me right now.
AHQ is Westdoor and Chowie.
I thought Chowie retired.
Oh, you're right.
Is it still Westdoor?
Mhm.
I'm looking it up right now.
I think so. They have Chowie then.
Chowie. Oh, they have both. Chowie's still there. Chowie and Westdoor.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So,
I think
like,
then that group is literally who can play off their top side of the map better. And then it comes into jungler play. So I mean,
I think you're right. I feel like Fnatic would do well into this group.
yeah. I think
just
the reason.
because
Oh yeah, go ahead.
they know how to play topside very well, and their bot lane can sustain themselves pretty well too.
Yeah, that's why I had Fnatic.
It's just a question of mid lane.
Yeah, if anyone can match their these teams' bot lane, it would probably be Fnatic. That's why I would see them doing okay, because their solo laners are pretty self-sufficient. I think the entire team is pretty self-sufficient, even without Broxa. So I mean, that's me. I mean,
Yeah.
you have anything else to say, or do you want to just move on to Group B?
I want to talk about EDG for a bit. The, did you watch LPL finals?
No,
You watched like clips of it?
some of it, yeah. Is it Mako? You want to talk about Mako?
Well, I'll talk about the team in general because they looked really shaky and in general during the LPL summer split and during the playoffs. But what I want to go into deeper is their worlds performances. I think every single worlds they've been in, they've been pretty shaky.
Oh yeah, isn't that the meme? China at Worlds.
Oh, it feels fucking bad.
That's the meme, dude. China at Worlds.
Like,
only one team will make it out of groups, though. Only one.
It's like whoever China sends as their first seed has like some kind of curse.
Yeah, because because it's China, right? I don't know. Actually, yeah, because they're China, they still have a good chance of pulling a Korean team into their group. And Koreans, dude, they were saying this on the dive. China is statistically the second best region in the world, but the reason why they keep failing is because they keep getting placed against the best region in the world, Korea.
Yeah.
And then they'll obviously drop a game against another region or something, and then bam, they're out. So.
Yeah, I mean the bottom line is like China's also pretty inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
So I can actually see like Fnatic or C9, maybe even AHQ. I could see them going over EDG. Like if they go over
Really?
EDG, come at the end of groups, I wouldn't even be
All
surprised.
right. Are we just all right? So are we just flat out saying SKT's making out? There's not even a doubt, a shred of doubt in anyone's mind. SKT, dude. No, no, no. Three
Yeah,
Pete.
we know about SKT, man. That team is man. That team pretty much about to win, man.
I think out of any year, this is the year that SKT looks the weakest. Yeah, at Worlds. I don't. No, I'm not saying that they're the weakest in the group. I'm saying, out of any time that they've showed up to, out of all their appearances at Worlds, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Any of their appearances at Worlds,
Oh yeah, I
this
get
is their
you.
weakest showing so far.
Mm,
Be-
yeah, I could agree, but they still look really strong.
they look strong because they're a Korean team. That's what I'm saying. Relative to themselves, to the organization in their past appearance, they look the weakest. But I'm not saying they're weak. They're still strong. But this is the weakest
Yeah.
that SKT has, in my opinion, has looked at Worlds.
Yeah, we said this last year about Korea, but then
No,
we
I
still
think
got fucked.
no, I don't think like we didn't say this about Korea last year because we were doubting the power of their third seed. We didn't know how strong Samsung was, and they went
No,
to
no,
the
no.
finals because but we knew
We
that Rocks, Tigers, and SKT were the top two hands down, and then they played in the semifinals. So I don't think that counts.
we said this about Korea last year because we thought we were sending really strong teams last year.
No, 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 that's different. There's a difference between doubting Korea and having faith in NA.
All right.
that's
Okay.
that's
Okay. You're
that's
right.
fair. Is that fair?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All
That's
right.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
okay, okay,
SKT
good.
SKT's definitive
Yeah.
first seed coming out of this group. I think that's
R-
pretty much.
okay, that's fair. I think EDG, just because they have the infrastructure, they have a shot, but I think SKT is hands down making it out. All right, you want to move on to Group B?
Yeah, let's go Group B.
All right, you have
Hangzhou Immortals.
Longzhu, Immortals, Gigabyte, and then another team. I
For
think
this one,
Longzhu's.
it could
Lo-
be either Fnatic, Hong Kong Attitude, WE, or a wild. Oh, actually no. I don't think wild card. No, wild
no
card
wildcard
cannot go
because
here.
Marines is from Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Longzhu has this hands down. This is not even a question, dude.
Yo,
And
honestly, this might be the fun group to watch. This is the group where literally all three of these guys play for the early game. They just wanna play
yeah,
those early skirmishes.
I I think I think any team. This is literally. I think this is a group that any team is playing for second seed. Gigabyte Marines can
Yes.
definitely show up on the international stage. Immortals is hands down the second best team from NA. That was very clear, in my opinion.
Yes.
And then we don't know who's gonna be
They
drawn
could
into
even
that
be the
group.
they could possibly even be the best if they didn't have those nerve problems.
Mm, the eh eh maybe
I'd say potentially.
potentially yeah. That was like a month ago. So okay, let's see how much they improved. My boy X Smithy though, wearing the golden
Yeah,
Immortals jersey. Ooh, ooh.
that was cute. I
Yeah.
would buy that.
Yeah, but I think this is the group that any team can, or any team except Longzhu, can has the chance to make it in the second seed. I don't know who I favor. Like I said, Immortals looks good, but Gigamite Marines does obviously have a track record of being decent as well on the international stage. So
Yeah, and this group can actually get even harder. So I wouldn't put
yeah,
Immortals out
yeah.
just yet,
Just imagine
but
if WE got drawn into this group. That would be actually
yeah,
really terrifying.
yeah. But I think right now, Immortals has a good shot.
I
I
think
think
so
they match
too.
up pretty well against Gigabyte Marine.
I think if they um do get out of this group second seed. I don't know who the fourth team is. I think that's going to be a close. It's going to be a close battle between second and third. It's not going to be a definitive second, like the biggest
Yeah,
definitive. It might even be a tiebreaker match. How I could see
probably.
it.
Um,
Yeah,
I want to talk about Immortals and Gigabyte Marine. So they have Xmithy and Levi as a jungler.
yeah,
I think they could exploit Longzhu since Cuz is they're definitely their weakest player in the jungle.
that's
If
true. But I mean, but what does that say about their laners though?
Yeah, I mean if they can somehow get their lanes ahead through the jungle,
Yeah, That's
I
true
could
because
see
it is a
Long
carry
Long
jungle
Jin
meta
with
now.
things.
Like yeah,
I
not
wouldn't say
completely, not completely carry meta, but like high damage, not tanky completely. So
possible.
yeah,
I think it could still go either way with tank junglers, carry junglers.
that's true. It can go either way. I think this is a jungle meta where anything can, not anything, but it's probably the biggest jungle pool that we have coming into Worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair to say.
Yeah. I mean, that's Group B. That, like I
Yeah.
said, any team can actually be placed into Group B out of play-in. So I think depending who gets placed there will probably shake up that group. It doesn't even matter who it is, but it's gonna shake up the standings a lot. It doesn't matter who
Right
it
now
is.
there's not too much to say about Group B other than Longju's
Number one.
has far and above better players in general.
Yeah, hands
Not
down. I
yeah,
agree.
we can't really say anything unless the fourth team is slotted in.
Yeah. All right. Should we move on to Group C?
Yeah, Group C.
All right. So we have G2, Seed 1 from Europe, Royal Never Give Up, Seed 2 from China, Samsung Galaxy, Seed 3 from Korea. Royal Good Enough,
Dude,
sorry,
I
second
remember
seed from
that.
China, Samsung from Korea as Seed 3.
I remember these teams.
I think, yeah, this is the group of death. This is the
I
group of
remember.
death.
How's it taste, G2? How's it taste?
Yeah, dude. I just, I think it's super funny. G2 always gets, doesn't matter what seeding they get, whether it's I mean, they always get seed 1, but it doesn't matter what pool they get pulled into. They always have a really bad group to get pulled into. So, I mean,
Last year wasn't even that bad.
yeah, they had CLG and Albus Nox Luna, and then they got absolutely destroyed by literally everybody.
Yeah, they just I don't know, man.
I don't know. Are they gonna go on vacation? They had a good MSI performance. I think the reason why if G2 doesn't make it out is the same reason why they look inconsistent is gonna be um their jungle mid synergy. Perks and um why can't I remember his name?
What were you talking about? Jungler?
Yeah, who's G2's jungler? Oh, shit.
Top laner, expect?
No, jungle.
Trick.
Trick. There you go. Trick and Perks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Out of all the major region mid laners, I consider Perks one of the lower ones. Some people wanted him to rank higher.
Wait, you consider Bricks what? I'm sorry.
Perks as one of the weaker, or not weaker, but more inconsistent mid laners in that's coming from a major region.
Mm,
Like he'll show up for
there,
some
I
games, but
guess.
then other games he just won't have like an impact.
I don't want to say that because he actually had a good year this year.
No, he didn't.
Right?
After MSI, he looked really weak.
Really?
Yeah, after
At the
MSI, he looked
beginning,
really weak.
At the beginning, he looked weak, but then at playoffs, he did really well.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is he gonna show up? I mean, I don't know. It's the same thing. I think honestly, Sven and Mithy is probably gonna be their winning condition. I don't think it's gonna be Perks.
Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Perks is their losing condition.
G2.
Perks is their losing condition, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you could even argue that. Well, actually, it's kind of hard to argue that, but like Sven and Mithy are as a dual bot lane, they're capable of holding themselves against the best in the world.
Yeah. I think we have Ricky Ma coming in. He says easiest IMT advancement. He has faith in Immortals coming out of the groups. And he also says Jisoo's worst season by far. I think that's also fair to say. Like we said about SKT. Out of all their appearances at Worlds, actually no, last year's World appearance would look really bad. This is probably the second worst that they could be playing on World stage.
Damn, man, y'all downplaying G2, man.
Dude, I love playing
oh,
down
no,
I love playing down G2, dude. I'm one of those G2 haters, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to it on camera, dude. I hate G2. Dude, I was a Sven fan when he was on Origin, when he was Niels, dude. And then he went to G2. I went, what is this? I hate G2.
I think
they G2 is basically holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Nah, all right. I'm gonna say about this. The reason why I hate them is because that they basically bought their team. They have two imports. Perks is fine. He was an up and coming mid laner. That's fine. And then they took Origin's bot lane. That's all Origin had left.
I mean, to be fair, I think Sven and Mithy left Origin. They left before the boat could eventually sink.
That's true, but that's what I'm saying. That's like that's all Origin had before they went down the drain, and they
Yeah.
gave it up.
I mean, like I'm not even. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
I don't know, dude. I fucking hate G2. They should talk. They should talk NA so hard, and then they still manage to like lose to them. I think that's the funniest part. They shit talk our region, dog. You don't shit talk my region. You don't shit talk my teams, man. Fucking dude,
Okay.
I remember this, dude. When last year's group draw, fucking they were like they drew into CLG and Albus Nox, right? And then Spen tweeted out it got deleted like soon after. They were like, "Oh, so we have two wild cards in the team." Holy shit, dude. I was fucking triggered. Holy shit. Oh
Hey,
my
man,
god.
that-
And then they go out of groups. What was their groups? 1 and 7? Or no, 1 and 5 or some shit, dude. Oh my.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's 1 and 5, right? 1 and 5. Holy shit, dude.
Alright, man. To be fair, man, EU loves their banter. You gotta give them that.
Yeah, dude. The only time, not including season 1, because you know that's season 1. That's irrelevant. Was the time both Fnatic and Origin went into semis. But no one had a doubt about that. G2 has always had that doubt, except for this past MSI, because they got into the finals. But fuck it. I'm just gonna say they're not gonna make it out of groups. Fuck them, dude.
So you think Samsung RNG?
Yeah, I
That's-
don't even care who gets put into that group, dude. I think Cloud9's gonna get put into that group if they get drawn.
Dude, if Cloud9 gets put into this group, man, this group's lit. This group is lit, dude.
Well, I don't
Automatically
know,
the best
dude.
group. It's not lit for it's not lit for Cloud9, but like as
I mean, it's
viewer,
lit
man,
in general.
this is-
Like, if you're an NA fan, you're not happy about that draw.
Well,
But it's like if you're a League of Legends fan, that's a draw you're willing to see.
because the thing is, Cloud9 can only be put into Group A or C. Like either way, they're fucked.
That's true. Wait, they didn't say it was a. There's no region lock for play-in teams that NA can't play another NA team in their group.
Yeah. You can't be put into a group where your regions are either.
Yeah, well then, sucks for Cloud9,
like,
dude.
So Cloud9's either gonna go against SKT EDG or RNG Sam G2.
They have to play against a Chinese and a Korean team in groups. That's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right, let's move on, dude.
But yeah, they're gonna make it exciting. We didn't even talk about RNG and Samsung.
No, dude, I don't even care, dude. I don't care. RNG has Uzi. They have Mata, right? They still
Yeah,
have
but
Mata.
these guys
No,
still-
Mata's on KT. Just kidding. They have Uzi, right? I forgot who their support was, and they have Xiaohu.
Yes, yeah, Yahoo. Dude,
That's all you need. You have
these
two
guys-
two of the best carries in the world. Period. Like I have no doubt RNG's gonna make it out.
Wait, for real? These guys just came out of a reverse sweep.
But that's a reverse sweep. They had 2 games up. I don't know. But this is group stage. This is best of ones.
Okay,
You can't get reverse
I
swept in a
wouldn't say
best
that.
of one. What the hell?
okay, I'm gonna say. I think RNG has a good chance of getting out of this too, but like out of the teams, I think they're the most inconsistent.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know, but then you also have Samsung.
I mean, I think Samsung's gonna come out on top.
Really?
Yeah, I think Samsung's gonna come out on top.
I think
Cubade's playing like a monster. I think the only
Ambition.
mismatch is probably Crown could get into shape by the time group stage starts.
Yeah. It just depends on the versus the Xiaohu and Crown matchup. Who has a better mid laner power there? So I mean, That's me.
Yeah, I mean, like Group C is literally stacked in almost all the positions.
Except
Stacked mid
G2.
lane,
Oh, I'm
stacked
gonna shit
bot
talk
lane.
G2 so fucking hard. Fuck these guys, dude. I fucking hate G2. God
Oh,
damn, fuck them, dude.
I did not know you hated. I did not know you hated G2 this much.
No, I hated G2. Dude, I remember specifically last year, dude. Alright, a quick story. Quick, we're not gonna talk about this year's Worlds. Last year's Worlds, right? Freaking, the very first match of Worlds, Group A. G2 CLG. Holy shit. When G2 lost, it was like a definitive loss, right? Fucking
Wait, you got shit on.
dude, they
Wait,
got shit on.
was this
And then
your
I was like,
CLG?
dude,
I think so.
I'm getting dinner with a friend right after. I wore my CLG jacket with the biggest grin on my face that night. I was like, fuck you, G2. Fuck you should talk my team, you should talk my region. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Two wildcard teams. You looking like a wildcard team. Looking bitch ass, fucking dumbass looking.
you, you definitely took all the banter.
Holy shit. Nah, like, this is my podcast, dude. This is our podcast. I can shit talk who I want, dude. Fuck that, dude. I'm not being reported by Riot. Fuck G2. Fucking perks my ass, dude. Shit, man. Fucking. To answer Ricky's question, have you guys discussed the top 20 player ranking yet? No, we have not. We might get into it. We'll see.
Yeah,
We're already coming up on that hour
might
mark.
get into it after this.
Yeah, we'll get into it after this. All right,
Um,
Group D. Who we got? We got TSM, Flash Wolves, Misfits. I think this is a shoe-in for TSM.
Okay, so who could be slotted into here is a World Elite.
WE,
World Elite.
and anything that's
World
not
Elite
Fnatic
or
and
Wildcard.
Cloud9. So just
Yeah,
wild card or
World
Hong
Elite
Kong
Wildcard.
attitude.
Yep.
I think this is
And
a shoe-in for
this is why
TSM.
I'm hoping. This is why I'm hoping for that upset stage. All right.
I mean, this is why you're hoping, because it doesn't matter who gets placed in their group. It's not going to be a strong team unless it's WE.
Yeah, as long as it's not WE that goes, this is like Brelo.
Dude, it's going to be Fenerbahce, and then Fenerbahce's going to wreck TSM.
Oh my god, I won't say that,
Holy
So
shit,
funny,
dude. There's your
yeah.
team. Nah, dude, Gambit's gonna come in. They'd be like, Diamonds will be like, hello, Bjergs.
Sounds fucking awful. Oh my god. But
No,
yeah, I mean,
but seriously, I think TSM has this is their best shot coming out of groups. But the thing
Yeah.
is, all right, here's a caveat, right?
Mhm.
That if they do make it out of groups, it doesn't matter what seeding, they're gonna have to play a strong region team in quarterfinals.
Wait, what?
It
But
do-
if
If they make it out of groups, period. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter who they're gonna be matched up against. They're gonna have a hard matchup. If we assume all three Korean teams is gonna make it out of groups, right? And we don't know which seeding, and we also agree that the Chinese teams are gonna make it out of groups. They have a shot. Their chances of lining up with another team from another power region as China and Korea is very, very high. So
so
like,
I mean, okay, so if TSM come out first seed, right?
yes.
I'm gonna assume that all the Koreans come out first seed.
Okay.
So if TSM come out first seed, they're not gonna play any Korean.
They have to play a Chinese team, then they have to play a Korean team. Their best shot is semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, but like that's how it's been for like the last few years. If you're not China or Korea, that's how it's been.
Yeah,
So,
I know,
think
but that's the caveat. That's the caveat.
yeah, I mean,
So
man, look, we gotta get our group stage first, right? Fuck.
yeah. I mean,
We can worry
what
about that later.
like guess what happens, dude? Like Immortals comes out as another. Immortals comes out of groups, and then they can't play against them. So
Wait, what do you mean?
let's say on the off chance somehow in a world where Immortals was, like just as competitive as TSM, they also come out seed one out of their group.
Yeah. So if
Did they
Immortals
put a
come out
Korean
seed
team
one-
into seed two?
Oh, then well, And this is where you take all your TSM chips and you put it on Immortals.
NA chips, dude. All my NA chips are in, dude.
Yeah, dude, you put them all in Immortals because they somehow beat Longju.
All right, so we got Ricky also saying, I think Misfits will perform well. TSM in scrims, though, they 2-0 WE in scrims earlier. Both games are pre 30 minutes. And last year, 3-1 SKT. So, I mean,
Who be leaking out these TSM scrims again?
I mean, I don't know. It honestly depends. That's WE. That's not a Korean team, though. Last year is different, though. Although it is the same lineup for TSM, it's a matter of who they're gonna end up playing and who will show up on a day. Like honestly, they're
Oh, I wanna talk about Misfits and Flash for a bit too.
yeah,
I think Misfits are actually a good team. I think out of the three European teams, they probably have the best macro.
really.
So
I think that's
I think
that's fair. That's fair.
yeah, I think they're the best macro. But individually, I think TSM will beat them.
Yeah,
Advantage to Elmac.
I don't know. For me, like I like your opinion on best macro, right? But personally, personally I think Misfits is the weakest team coming out of Europe because the reason why they got into the finals was because Fnatic choked on the day. That's the same reason why Cloud9 is the third seed. I consider NA, although I consider IMT clearly the second seed from the second best team coming out of NA. I think Fnatic is still the second best team coming out of Europe, not Misfits, because they just they just didn't show up on the day. That's just my opinion.
That's so fair to say.
So that's why I was like, I think Misfits, clearly they're a top team in Europe. I'm not gonna discredit that, but I think they're the weakest team coming out of Europe.
Yeah,
Because like you said, they have
Um,
in my opinion, the weakest laning phase. Not the weakest laning phase, but out of the European teams, I think they have the weakest laning phase. Or debatable against Fnatic, because Fnatic it just depends how they push their advantages. But I think I was watching their games, and against their match against G2, they were completely um, player for player. They were outclassed.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, G2 is probably the best laning team in Europe. I mean that they have that as their
Yeah.
that's Perks' thing as a lane kingdom, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna win lane.
G2 is also just the best European team to best team fighting European team. And then Fnatic and then Misfits.
Alright.
I think Misfits just has
Yeah, I mean,
has the better mid game calls, like you said. I think they have a strong macro game. It's just they don't team fight and they're not mechanically as good as the other teams coming from Europe.
yeah.
That's why I consider
I
them the
also wanna
weakest
see,
team.
I also want to see the mid lane between PoE and Bjergsen
Mhm.
because I'm pretty sure PoE's had Bjergsen's number when they played each other before when
Wait,
he was back in Unicorns. So it'll be an interesting matchup.
wait. Okay. I don't know. I think Flash Wolves, depending who's a fourth seed, I think Flash Wolves is gonna take second in this group. All right, Flash Wolves has
Oh,
always looked like a strong team. Um,
I mean, I could actually see them taking first too, like depending on how the meta shapes out.
yeah.
If
Because they have Karsa, dude. Karsa is known as an international stage jungler, dude. Karsa's good.
yeah, they like Flash Wolves, they tend to overperform in international, so I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
wouldn't. Yeah.
they come out of group swinging, and I'm just gonna put my hands on my face when TSM drops a game to them.
I didn't see anything, dude. All right. With that said, I don't know. Do you want to talk about top 20 and then we'll close it out, or what?
It doesn't be oh
Or I don't know. What else
the
did you
top
have in mind?
20 players that
Yeah.
Riot put out, or just players to look out for.
What Riot put out. Honestly, I think that list is stupid.
I mean, like, yeah. So I have like a list of like players to look out for.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, go. Let's go with your list.
You want to go by region?
Um,
All right,
sure.
let's go.
Yeah, let's
All
go
right,
by
so NA.
region, dude.
Uh,
NA,
Definitely Bjergsen.
Bjergsen, double on TSM. Honestly, I want to see how Haunter performs on the world stage.
Um,
He looked like obviously they won, but out of all the people on TSM, he looked like the weakest member, just in playoffs. But that's just me.
no, I agree. Yeah, he looked
Okay,
the
that's fine.
weakest out of
That's
Cloud9.
fair to say? Haunter's okay on TSM
Yeah,
specifically. Okay, so moving on, I think Jensen is someone to watch. Um, I think
X Smithy, I think too.
X Smithy. I think Smoothie. Smoothie's someone to watch. He is
Yeah,
one of the main shot callers for Cloud9. So it
yeah,
depends on what they're gonna play because Rakan just got nerfed. That was one of his main picks. I think that's why it's like I want to see what Smoothie pulls out. Is it Alistar? Are
Did,
they gonna ban on Alistar? What's the support? Or is he gonna just play Janna again if it's open?
yeah. That's why I like about Smithy. He can. It looks like he can play both style
Yeah,
fairly well. Even though they had those pretty messy games against CLG,
yeah,
it looked like Smoothie could play both styles fairly well.
yeah. We got Ricky saying, "Flash Wolves, the Korean killers, but no Koreans in the group." Ooh, that's good one. That was a good one, Ricky. I like you. I
Yeah,
like that. I like
I'm
that.
gonna remember that one.
All right. All right.
Alright,
Other NA
let's
teams, like you said, Xmithy. I think
yeah.
one of the biggest is Flame.
Really?
Dude, it's like, is he gonna flame Horizon on the world stage, dude? He pulled it out
He's
on
going
playoffs,
to.
except he pulled it out on playoffs on every team except TSM.
He's gonna go. He's going against Khan, dude.
Exactly. Can
Khan's
he
gonna
do?
shit
That's
on.
why. That's what I'm saying. Can Flame do it? Can he do it? He beat almost every top laner, especially laning phase, whether it was on tank or on carries, on every team in playoffs except TSM. He almost did it against
I think
TSM.
that, I think it'll be an interesting matchup.
And honestly, it's just Cody Sun. Cody Sun is like, oh, can if he knows how to position better, he's clearly a threat, dude. So,
Yeah,
all right, let's move on. Europe,
it's Europe.
Perks.
Reckless. EU
Fuck you.
MVP. Let me see that reckless hard on.
Oh,
Let me
oh,
see.
dude, did you say reckless? Oh,
Let me see. I know how much you love reckless.
dude, I've been a reckless fan ever since his first debut, dude. I went reckless. I watched his game. I was like, I like this kid. I like him a lot, dude. Oh my
Oh my
god,
god.
I used to watch him when they still called him Reckles.
Yeah, I don't think EU knew what they were doing at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think reckless. You gotta look out for reckless.
I mean, he is the European
I
MVP,
think
but I don't know. He's why not top 20? So
yeah, wasn't Sven on that top 20?
yeah,
You gotta
Sven
look
was
up his
16th. Reckless
Yeah, I think
was.
Sven is really good.
I'm not. Yeah, that's why I said I think Sven is really good, but I think Reckless.
I don't know if he's better than Reckless, but
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
a very
That's
consistent player.
that was probably one of the highly debated things. Why is Reckless not on the top 20 list? Is Sven better than Reckless? I honestly think Reckless is hands down the best AD carry coming out of Europe. I don't know why. I understand the argument for Sven. That's totally fine. My argument, my hard on, my hard on for Reckless is just like, goddamn, Reckless always been the best AD carry in Europe, except for that one time when he was on Elements. Let's ignore that. That doesn't count.
He won a split with them.
Yeah. So I know Reckless was an honorable mention, Ricky. I know that, but I'm just like, do they really value Sven higher than Reckless by that much? Like that's a
Definitely
whole four seats
five,
above,
yeah,
4 or 5
top four.
seats. So I'm just like,
Uh,
I don't know. Other
yeah,
EU players to watch?
Perks, Caps,
Perks, Caps, yeah, mid laners per usual. I don't think PoE is
maybe.
someone to watch. I think I wouldn't say super consistent. I think he's just as inconsistent as Perks. But I think out of anyone on Misfits, I think it's Maxlore to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Max Lord.
Maxlore, their jungler.
Definitely Max
Yeah,
Lord.
I think that's it. Like, if he's playing well, then he can definitely get the rest of the team rolling. So,
Yeah,
he's always been a power jungler in that region. So I don't know. I think that's all I have.
yeah, that's
Um,
all I have for EU also. Let's talk about LPL. Yeah,
China LPL.
yeah.
Uzi. Oh, that man's always a fun to watch.
He's gonna get that world's buff.
Yeah,
Background worlds,
Uzi,
baby.
Xiaohu.
Uzi.
Who's their? I don't even know who their jungler is anymore. Is it still
MLXG.
still
MLXG.
Elma
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, like I
He's
said,
not.
the two
He's not
carries
known
coming
for
out of them.
being. He's not really known for being like a good jungler, but he's known for getting his lanes ahead. So
Yeah.
like he barely jungle. He just ganks. He literally just ganks.
Ricky informs me that Alfari, top laner from your Misfits, doing really well on Korean solo queue. But we all know
Oh yeah.
about Korean solo queue, dude. Or balls, Diamond 3 material.
My boy balls.
My
with
boy
the
balls with the
diamond
pentakill 2 years ago. Never forget, dude. We all know what solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
Some
just remember
boy balls
that.
flex. Anyone else for LPL? For EDG, definitely Mako.
Scout and Mako.
Yes.
I think depending
All
on
for love.
their jungle support roam style, I think will definitely swing how the matches are.
Yeah.
Obviously Scout was.
I'm,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. I'm not confident. But
No,
I
take
think
confidence,
Mako.
dude. Make a statement.
Well, I was gonna say Mako is the best player coming out of LPL, but then I think Yahoo is really strong too.
I think that I know that's fair to say. I think Mako is the best support coming out of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Definitely the best support coming out of China. For WE, definitely Condi. Their jungler,
Condi, yeah.
probably the best jungler coming out of LPL.
Who's their top
They
laner?
don't
Khan?
doesn't.
No, Khan's fucking Korea. Sorry.
We haven't got to Korea yet. But
Oh yeah,
we
sorry.
can get
Who's their
there.
top laner for fuck? Ah,
For what team? Longju?
no.
Are we still talking about LPL?
Yeah, LPL. Who? Fuck, where's their team? Edward.
Edward's top laner is a mouse.
Oh, right. And then who was RNG's?
RNG's is Let Me.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm just thinking of Korea now. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about China?
Yeah, I think that's it for LPL.
Okay, let's go into LCK. Faker.
No doubt there. Still the best player.
No, I honestly I think not as a joke, but not Faker, but it's who they put as their jungler, whether they're gonna play Blank or Peanut. So I think
Yeah,
I think that's
true.
who to watch is whoever they put in the jungle. So
I feel it's more Hooney, but that watching their jungle is also fair to say.
I mean, Hooney's one thing. I won't say he's very predictable of a play style.
He's like
He
Soaz, dude. You fucking tilt him.
exactly, but
Just tilt off the earth.
that's why that's why he's not a player to watch. He's just like, is he a player to tilt? That's what.
Okay. Oh
That,
yeah.
that's why. That's
Okay,
why I.
we're
That's
over.
why I give it to the jungler. Will they play around Hooney? Will they play around Faker? Or even their bot side? Like I said, that's why it honestly depends on their jungle style. So
Oh,
Faker
for
and their bot lane is always, in my opinion, pretty consistent. Hooney just depends whether they play around him, if he's on a tank or he's on a carry. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's
yeah.
Hooney. It's based off. In my opinion, it's their jungler.
Well, if we're talking about like Korean junglers, it's definitely Ambition.
Oh yeah, definitely. Coming out of
Yeah,
Samsung,
definitely
dude. It's
Ambition.
the same roster.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to say Ambition's the best jungler coming out of LCK, but yeah, KT didn't make it, so good to Ambition.
Dear God. All right, that's fair to say. I think Ambition does have a good shot because I remember Jat saying this on the dive, or it was the Kobe or something. One of them. They were saying if SKT had a definitive jungler that was better than the other, they wouldn't be swapping out the junglers so often. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, what's the
yeah,
point of subbing in if one is clearly better than the other? So I think that's fair to say that Ambition definitely has more under his belt. And then Longzhu has Scout.
I mean, Longju's lineup is like all stacked, honestly,
Yeah,
except for the jungler.
I don't have anyone to
Oh, okay,
players
okay,
to
so,
watch. It's just fucking watch Longzhu, dude.
yeah,
Just watch your
Longju,
team.
Longju. Yeah, Khan is a monster. He literally shits on everyone top lane in Korea right now, except for probably Cube. Cube is probably the second best top laner. He's on Samsung,
Yeah.
but I think the players to watch in Longzhi are actually praying Gorilla. They're definitely the best spot lane in between,
I think.
easily.
That's true. Ricky's saying 4 Longzhu players in the top 6 for Riot's list.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is just me. I understand Korea is a top region and that's their top team, but they have a rock hard. Their dick is too rock hard for Korea, dude. This is what I
Dude,
hate, dude.
Longzhi is literally like the dick, and they're just like waving it around.
Uh, yeah. Honestly, like Korea, like I understand it. Korea is the strongest region. They have the infrastructure. They have a history of winning SKT. Period. They won 3 championships. Like holy crap. But at the same time, this is group stage. This is best of one. Freaking Rocks Tigers, #1 seed, almost got knocked out of groups last year.
Oh man,
If
yeah,
CLG
that's
if
bad.
CLG beat them, imagine that. CLG coming out as a top seed. Oh no, second seed. ANX coming out first seed in that last year's group. Rocks coming out in third. That's why I'm like, I understand people have top tier individuals, and they were also saying this on the dive, but they were saying they're strong individually, but it's obviously still a team game and stuff. But I don't know. I think once again, once again, I think Korea is not saying being super overhyped, but they're getting a little bit too much credit. Like theoretically, all right, all right.
Deserved,
I'm not all
but
right, all right.
I can see where you're coming from. I
This
guess.
this is a best of one, right? This is a best of one scenarios, right? They technically lost Rift Rivals because it was a best of one.
God damn it! I knew you were gonna bring up her rivals. I fucking knew it.
Technically, they lost Rift Rivals because it was a best of one format. That's what I'm saying. Korea
I
is
don't know.
probably the
Honestly,
best region for multiple games, best of 3, best of 5, but they clearly in group stage, and this is also just a track record. They have lost to that region as a whole has lost to multiple teams from almost every region in group stage. They've lost to NA.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
lost to wildcard teams. They lost to Flash Wolves. I think the only region that they haven't lost to is Europe. But no, except no, Fnatic and Origin. Just kidding. They have a history
Yeah.
of losing best of ones in group stage. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they won't make it out of groups, but I'm not gonna say they're gonna come out with a perfect record.
Okay, I mean, if we're gonna go that deep, I guess it'll probably be if it's gonna be any team that's gonna probably drop games, it'll probably be between
Samsung.
SKT or Longzhu.
Really? You don't think Samsung's gonna drop a game?
If you know if Gigabyte Marines or Immortals punch them hard enough in the early game, I could see it happening.
All right, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, that's fair to say, dude. I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? We've been on for about an hour 20. So,
Um,
I don't know. Ricky, you have any
mm,
questions for us? Like, oh, who do we think is the best blank? Or who is not, who are you disappointed not going to Worlds? Is TSM gonna,
KT,
are we
all
finally gonna get TSM skins?
all of KT not going to Worlds. What the fuck happened?
Alright, KT is, holy shit. They got reverse swept.
Wait,
They could have went on points. Holy
did you
crap.
see that video by like Blitz Esports? It was like a history of KT's failures.
Oh
Holy
my
shit,
god, savage.
that was so tilting to watch. I think it was released like yesterday, 2 days ago. But holy shit, that video was savage as fuck.
Alright, so Ricky's saying for play-ins, who do you think is the best? I think WE. Out of the entire play-in, WE.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's an argument, honestly. Um.
WE for
Oh yeah, he says he's rooting for Diamond Prox. Like I said, out of the wild card regions, not including the pool 1 seeds out of play-in, I'm rooting for Gambit. Kemp is rooting for Fibonacci,
Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce, whatever. Fettuccine, I don't care.
Fettuccine.
Fettuccine, I don't care, dude. Oh my god, dude. I'm just gonna butcher all these like names for teams I don't care about. Fucking what's their name? What's that one European team? G2 and 8. Holy shit.
Nice fucking
Nice
meme,
fucking
dude.
meme. It's been like a whole year and a half.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I want to see Diamond Prox also, Ricky. So I think that's something to say. I want to see Gambit in the group stage if they can make it out.
Uh, I want to see Gambit take a game off WE. Like,
Hell
I
yeah.
think that would actually be pretty cool if that
Hell yeah.
happens.
So, I mean, that's it. Any other final thoughts before we close this out, dude?
I think it's fair. We didn't really talk about meta, but
I don't know. The meta is
well,
who's gonna be is Ezreal gonna get through? Is Ardent Sensor? Does everyone have their dick rock hard for Ardent Sensor barrier heal in the bot lane?
okay,
and
that's fair.
and are they still gonna be playing tanks in the top lane? Mid lane never shifts unless you're playing fucking Rise. There's no Lucian. There's hands down not gonna be any Lucian anymore. That nerf
What do you
was
mean?
way too big to
Wait,
his kit.
you think Lucian's gonna get like banned out or something,
No,
or
he's not gonna
he's
get played. The
bad?
nerf on 7.18 was way too big.
Wait, that was just his E. He just
That's
has to
a
play
6 second cooldown on level 1, dude. That's additional 6 seconds. Your entire kit is to win lane. If you don't win lane, you're pointless as Lucian. That's my opinion.
Wait,
If
no,
it,
it's only 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds, but you're right. It's pretty big.
that's a huge nerf. If you 4 seconds is a whole, that's two more seconds off your passive, right? You need two more rotations of spells on your passive. That's your entire kit. The entire reason
Well,
you pick
you're
Lucian is to win lane against champions in mid lane who scale. That's why you pick him into Cassiopeia. You pick it into Talia, or not Talia.
wait,
Uh,
wait, 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 wait. Isn't the his light slinger passive? It's 1 second per shot, right?
yes,
It's 2 seconds per shot if it's a champion, right?
Ye-
Right?
yes.
I'm
I
pretty
don't know if
sure.
it's 2 seconds off champions, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's. But they pretty much made it so that you have to cast an extra spell.
Yeah, but early game, the entire point is Lucian. You shove them out of lane before 6, and then you just kill them. That's the whole Lucian kit. That's probably the biggest nerf both for mobility and kill potential. Because your entire
Okay, okay.
kit to go aggressive revolves around your E. You can if you play it smart, you're never gonna get poked by his Q. His kit is literally you all in with his E, and if you lose a trade, you're done, dude. If you play it wrong, I don't know. That Anthony Ong says, yeah, that's a big nerf to Lucian. I don't think he's gonna get played mid anymore. I think he's out of the rotation.
He's not even gonna be played bot.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hey, dude,
the only person who's
they
gonna
doing
play him
your
bot is me, dude.
they doing your boy wrong, dude.
Yeah, yeah, they always gotta hate that guy. I mean, I don't know. In terms of another, like I said, it depends on where they want to put their carry potential, where they want to put a bruiser in the top lane versus because Fiora's gonna be back. They reverted the changes. Fiora's definitely back. Camille has a shot to come back in. They have Cho'Gath, Maokai, and who am I missing? I'm missing like a couple others too.
You already said Camille, right?
Yeah.
Jarvan.
Oh, there you
Well,
go.
Jarvan got nerfed,
Jarvan.
but
That's not the biggest nerf. It was just his W. That's
yeah,
not the
well,
biggest thing.
yeah, it's more like a jungle Jarvan nerf
Yeah,
or a tank Jarvan.
but I don't know. There's not that much. It just honestly depends where they want to put their carry potential. Whether they want to put it in the jungle or they want to put it top lane. Um, and then if they want to rush Ardent Sensor supports, because you're gonna be seeing
Yeah,
a lot of that. Rakan's gone, and they were saying this on the dive. Is this if Rakan's gone, Alistar was seen as a counter pick, and if Rakan's no longer there and Alistar's banned, who's left? You have
Thresh.
Thresh. You have Thresh and a bunch of Ardent Sensor users.
Blitzcrank.
I mean,
Who?
maybe
Blitzcrank against Ardent Sensor.
that's a good matchup, but And then Ricky saying, "Get ready for the Worlds Rise, dude. Rise coming again for Worlds once again."
Uh, I mean, it was just I think a buff to his W, right? They put like a higher AP ratio on it.
Yeah. No. It was a was that ratio? I don't remember.
Yeah, it went from point 0.2 to point 0.6.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
But
Honestly,
I get it. It's not really a big buff.
it's only
I wouldn't call it.
been
Wait,
what?
so do you really think Rakan got hit that badly? Was it
Yes,
that big of a
because
nerf?
the reason why I say Rakan got hit that badly is because his early game potential to gank and create plays is significantly harder because um the speed to his W is way more readable now compared to when it was before.
Oh dang, I haven't played new Rakan patch, but
Yeah, it's because
if it's that noticeable,
he gains um what was it? He loses so much more movement speed. It used to scale off 100% movement speed, right?
yeah,
That
now it's
you're moving
70%.
off what 375 base, right?
Yes.
To 30% movement speed. That goes from 375 base to 90 base.
100 something, 125.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
So
something.
that's and then I think they already nerfed. No, they slightly buffed the
They
base
they
speed. So literally,
they
it scales to the point where both mid, uh, except for like probably early level 1 or 2, that it doesn't scale as well. And then the hit radius to his ult, I
yeah,
think,
it's
smaller. So
yeah,
that's why
they lowered the hitbox.
his engage potential suddenly becomes a lot weaker.
Yeah, they lowered the hitbox, but then they compensated, I guess, by lowering the cooldown at later ranks.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
mean,
support, so it's kind of hard to level up.
so I think that's why like if you're a con, you're not gonna get as easy of engage as you wanted to before this patch unless you have flash. So that's me. So that's why I think Rakan he still can be played. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm gonna say that he's probably gonna be picked way less, depending on how teams read the meta. Because different teams can read the meta, but depending on how many teams are playing in like Korea to boot camp, they'll have similar meta. But not every team is going there.
Dang man, yeah, I guess it's just me. I still think Rakan's strong. So he's a playmaking champ, and he could build Arden. So I guess it's just me.
I don't know. That's how I see it. Tiny changes can cause a big ripple effect in an entire meta, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, this also hurts tank junglers. This patch too. Knight's Vow just got nerfed.
I think it definitely hurts Team Junglers the most because their their jungling item efficiency is just like they just kept nerfing it.
Yeah,
It's like Knight's Vow
Knight's
gives less
Vow.
health.
Oh my god, you
Yeah,
lose health.
I mean Knight's Vow is a fucking broken item anyway, so
I think that's
it
fair.
deserved to get nerfed. I don't know if it was this
Yeah,
powerful,
I
so
mean I don't know. Yeah, I think I've not handle it, but it's not gonna be too much drastic of a change other than specific champions not being played, like Lucian um or Rakan. It's just like like the smallest shift, and Rise probably popping back up, but
yeah. They're trying to make it so that like the meta doesn't shift
too
too
hard.
drastically.
Yeah, just remember Diamond 3 pentakill. Eh, rub the meat. All right, I don't know. What else? You
Yeah,
got anything else to say? I think we should close this out. It's going on pretty long.
yeah. I think that's very much it.
All right.
Mhm.
For those who are watching and still with us, thanks for watching. It's been a long podcast, pretty long for just us two. We had a lot to talk about, a lot of
Yes,
debating.
I love League of Legends.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love League of Legends, dude. Oh, dude, I don't. Final statement, Kemp. Final statement, go. Who's gonna
TSM, TSM, TSM.
who's TSM's gonna take it all. All right. For me, final statement. Fuck Europe. Europe,
Fuck you
yeah.
too.
Fuck Europe. The only team I'll ever root from Europe is Fnatic, dude. The only, cause my
Okay.
boy Reckless though. Caps is cool too. I like Caps.
Wait. Fuck Caps.
Why? What the
I don't
fuck?
like Caps.
Baby Faker! Baby Faker!
He got shit on though, man.
He choked. Whatever. Shit happens. My boy Reckless. All right,
Man,
whatever.
I respect Reckless. I
Hell
respect
yeah, dude. You
Reckless.
don't. You gotta respect the Reckles. But yeah. Fuck Europe except for Fnatic, especially G2. G2 can just go. Let's fuck G2. Fuck G2 a lot. G2 and 8 can suck my fucking balls, dude. I wish this goes on Twitter, dude. What?
Oh my god.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, my NA was showing. All right.
Bro,
With
fucking chill, dude.
with that said, I'd like to thank, like I said, for people watching Kemp for coming out and do the podcast this week. I don't know if I'm gonna have one next week, but if I do, I'll be more prompt on announcing it. With that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Fuck G2.